This film also had the creepiest Santa. And you could,
oh my god, yes!
I'll pick Andrew Garfield.
Peter 3.
Peter 3. Look, I put that on.
Ooh, that comic book filter.
This green ball?
This green tennis ball is Vecna, yeah. Yeah. I didn't see it, but I know what you're talking about.
I just want to point out that yes, I am wearing the same sweater, but it's cozy. Get off my butt.
Hey, there's nothing like, I feel like there's nothing like a cozy sweater, and once you find one, it's all you ever want to wear. Mm-hmm. Also, I like that we've got like kind of like a Christmas theme going on here, even though it's not Christmas anymore. It was very unintentional.
Honestly, it'd be Christmas every day.
Hell yeah.
Hello, Cinema Peeps.
Hey, Cinema Peeps.
My brain is rotting, but we're still here.
Yeah. We're going up, it's our moment. You know, together we're glowing. Gonna be golden. Oh.
I love that you sent me the thing with the Olympics.
Right?
I think I saw another one, but it was for maybe it was for Golden? Oh no, I think it was this was what it sounds like.
Really? Oh.
And I'm
like for the Olympics?
Yeah. At least that's what the video claimed.
Well, see, I went and I checked in the comments because I'm like, I don't recall seeing that performance, but apparently it was for some sort of gala at the Olympics that they were doing.
Oh.
Yeah, so I don't know if that was
see.
like some kind of like pre-show thing or if it was like any type of a qualifier. I didn't read far enough into know. I just was like, I wanted to know for sure if this was at the Olympics or if somebody just friggin' AI'd this shit and is gonna make me very depressed.
Honestly, like they really should just do that. Like I don't know why they just don't.
Right?
To be fair, I say this as if I've watched figure skating all the time. I don't. I barely watch the Olympics when they're on. I'm like, what? They happened?
Yeah. So my dad likes watching the Olympics, so we'll watch like some of the stuff. And I mean, with Team Canada this year for hockey, well, every year, but this year because the NHL players were on it for sure. But I always enjoyed watching the figure skating, but I guess, I don't know, maybe just because I feel like it's a lot more boring now. I don't know if, like, it was just because they did more freestyle stuff before, or if just, like...
Maybe.
But they did a theme this year for... I don't know if it was for all the competitions for figure skating, but the theme was 90s, so they had to pick a 90s song to, like, perform to.
Hell yeah.
So that was pretty cool. We got to hear some pretty good 90s songs, but there was one of the Canadian teams did like the jock jams, like da na 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 na, and they had jerseys on, and one of them had the number 19 on it, and the other had 90 on it. The commentator after they finished, he's like, "Oh, I wonder what the significance to 9019 is." The other one's like, "I think it's 1990," and he's like, "Cool."
Fuck.
Right?
But sorry, Cineplex, I know you're not here for the Olympic talk. I know, maybe some of you are, but I know not everybody is.
It's come and gone. We get
it. But yeah, we're chipping through the Oscar films.
Yes.
I did not do so good this week. I just watched one, and that pretty much off-putted me for the rest of the week, so...
Fair enough, because the one that you watched, I can understand why. I also watched one, too, so I feel like between the two of us, we should have something to kind of go back and forth on.
Mostly tears on my end. Mostly tears. Mostly tears.
Unfortunately.
I'm hoping, though, like this next week, I'm going to try to crank out more, because Sentimental Values is out, I think, later this week.
Okay.
As of recording the podcast, not of release. So at least that's another one. And then, yeah, I still have Frankenstein, F1, and Dream Train.
Dream Train.
So excited. My friend was like, it's very much an Oscar, like a typical Oscar nominated film. Yeah. And she's like, but the cinematography is really good. I was like, yeah, I from the trailer, like, that doesn't surprise me.
Oh, but... yeah, that was, like, in your face immediately. You were like, oh, yeah, okay.
But yes, I unfortunately watched Begonia, whereas Kendra watched a much better film.
I watched Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Where
would we like to start?
I don't know. I feel like you'll probably have a lot more to say about Begonia than I will about Frankenstein, so I'll keep it brief.
Okay.
Because you also haven't seen it, and I, as
Mhm.
we already know, I have no desire to watch Begonia, so we can deep dive into that one, and I'll just do a quick summary of Frankenstein.
Sounds good.
Yeah, basically, it's way better than I expected. So I was thoroughly entertained the whole time. I went into it like pretty neutral, because I
Mhm.
mean, Guillermo del Toro, his movies are pretty good for the most part. Like, I wouldn't say I have like any like, oh my god, my favorite kind of his,
Mhm.
but the ones that I have watched of his, I'm like, yeah, they're decent. So yeah, I kind of went in just like not really expecting anything much or less.
Mhm.
And the story, I mean, it's the classic like Mary Shelley Frankenstein story. So the story was very similar to the the only other version that I've seen of it that I know of is the Robert De Niro version from like I should know what day or when it was, what year it was
I want to say
released.
not the oh, what's this? I don't know why I was thinking of it. The Eric the guy who played Two Face.
Oh
I
yeah,
think
no. Aaron Eckhart? Yeah, not
yeah.
not the I Frankenstein,
Oh,
but
that's what it was
the
called. Yeah.
1994 Frankenstein. It had Kenneth Branagh and Helena Bonham Carter and Robert De Niro who played Frankenstein, which is like
Damn.
what?
I,
Yeah.
I remember seeing we went and saw. To be fair, it was a taping of Frankenstein, and it was we obviously went because it was Benedict Cumberbatch,
Oh yeah.
and it was Johnny. I can't think of his last name, but at the time they did this stage play, and I think it was in London. They would, I guess, constantly switch. So some nights he would be Frankenstein, and other nights it'd be Johnny who was Frankenstein, and then the other would
Oh.
play the doctor.
Okay.
And it was just really funny because at the time he was obviously like in BBC Sherlock, and
Mhm.
Johnny was in Elementary playing Sherlock. So it was
Oh,
kind of
cool.
funny.
Yeah, that's
It
cool.
was kind of funny.
Nice.
But yeah, Frankenstein's been around, I think. I mean, it's like, I don't know. I equivalent again to like Dracula. Like they've just been around for so long. There's
Right?
so many adaptations. Again, another one was like, wasn't Daniel Radcliffe also in a Frankenstein
Yeah,
movie?
that was the
Like,
Victor Frankenstein one.
yes. And
And
was that
with
with Jason Isaacs? Or no,
James McAvoy,
James
I believe.
McAvoy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
And then there was Young Frankenstein with Gene Wilder, which was like the
mm,
comedic kind of
mm,
version of it.
yeah.
And when I was watching it too, I was like, how many? Oh, I wanted to know how many adaptations there were, but I also wanted to know how many adaptations were nominated for an Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently, the only other one, or sorry, the only other two that were nominated for an Oscar were Young Frankenstein
Mm-hmm.
and Robert De Niro's version. But
Wow.
I think Robert De Niro's version was only nominated for makeup, and the Young
Mm.
Frankenstein one was for best writing.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, that's interesting. So this one's like gonna be, I think if I remember from our predictions, it was supporting actor,
Yes, for Jacob.
costume, and best film, right?
I think
Best
so.
picture, yeah.
I was just gonna say cinematography too, just because I feel like Guillermo del Toro's films are almost always nominated for cinematography because he
Right, or best director or something, yeah.
right. Again, I think maybe just because he just has such a um unique and just like very notable. Like you could show me something and I'd be like, oh yeah, that's him.
Oh yeah, very stylistic,
Like
for sure.
hands down. But yes, you enjoyed the Netflix Frankenstein.
Yes, I was pleasantly entertained the whole time, so that was good. Considering, yeah, like the last, with the exception of Sinners, the last couple of films that we've watched have been kind of a drag. So I was like going into it being like, oh, this could be a hit or miss, but yeah, I was like, oh, okay, good. I enjoyed this actually.
Excellent. I'm
Yeah,
excited to watch it.
and I can see why, because I think if I remember correctly in the predictions, when we went through the things, and it was that Jacob Elordi was being nominated for supporting actor.
Mm-hmm.
And you were saying, oh, it's funny that you wouldn't be like, you know, for Frankenstein, it wouldn't be who you'd think it
Mm-hmm.
was. And then I didn't realize that he is actually Frankenstein, like, or
Yeah.
not the doctor, but like the monster. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, now that makes sense. And yeah, he did a pretty good job.
He's been doing pretty good lately. He's been doing pretty good. Getting some roles. Working hard.
Yep.
Hitting that cement pavement. Oh. But yeah, I'm excited. I need a win.
Yeah.
I need a win.
Right?
I need a win.
But
oh,
yeah,
boy.
so yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. So
hell yeah.
Highly recommend for everybody if you're on the fence about it. It's it's pretty good. I mean, Guillermo del Toro, you can't go wrong.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can't go wrong with Begonia. I will say that. Now, I know I got to watch it for free on Prime, but I feel like the Oscars need to pay me. Like that.
Yeah.
And I guess I should have looked it up. Because after, like, I messaged you, and I messaged my other friend too, and you were like, "Oh, I looked it up, and it's the same director as Poor Things," and I was like, "Ugh." And to be sure, I didn't watch Poor Things, but you and someone else were like, "Absolutely not." Actually, no, you and two other people from my Oscar party were like, "No." So that should have been the sign, but alas, Caleigh went in blind. Well, okay, I didn't go in completely blind. Like, I'd seen the trailer, and I won't lie, like, I did have pretty low expectations.
Yeah.
But once again, I think we need to, like, somehow expand our movie vocabulary. You know? Like, Sinners, they're like, it's a horror, and I'm like, eh! And this one, the first thing that's listed, if I remember correctly, was comedy.
Right,
and I was like, we have to stop. Like, there was no, like, what comedy? Was the comedy the fact that I was uncomfortable?
Yeah.
Because that doesn't count.
Joke on me?
Yeah, I think the joke is on fucking me. Like, Jesus, Murphy. I was so baffled. I was like, a comedy? I was like, I think even if they said dark comedy, I'd still say that's, like, the biggest fucking stretch in the world.
Oh, boy.
Now, the second tag was, like, science fiction, and I was like, okay, that makes more sense. That should have been the first lead, but...
Yeah. I want to say that they also labeled Poor Things as a comedy, too.
Who's messing with me? Who's messing
with me, right?
Oh, Jesus. But yeah, sorry. So, Begonia. Also, wild font. Dislike the font so much.
Oh, yeah. That was pretty jarring.
But yes, from the trailer, basically, Emma Stone plays a powerful CEO of unnamed company. I wasn't really sure the entire time what they did, but just a big, powerful company. And Jesse Plemons plays a kind of like a hick town guy, and he lives an isolated life with his cousin, and basically it opens kind of on them first. They talk about the bees, and basically they are kind of like in the midst of getting their plan going to capture the CEO, Emma Stone, because they think she is an alien.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a far stretch.
I'll try to... Is there a positive? So, I already blanked out. I forgot the other actor's name, but the guy who plays his cousin is actually the actor. He is on the autistic spectrum. Okay. So I was like, that's awesome. Representation. I thought he did a lovely job. So, like, I was like, that's nice.
Okay.
That's a positive.
That's a positive, okay.
That's a positive. Boy. But, yeah, so they capture Emma Stone, and she's essentially in a a bit of a torture situation. And then Jesse Plemons emphasizes how he wants Emma Stone to get him and his brother teleported up to their ship, the Andromeda, so that he can talk to the leaders to save Earth. Because he thinks his mission is he's going to save Earth this way. Okay. I don't know how or why. He said because he believes the aliens are using the technology to brain rot everybody and to control everybody, I guess.
Okay.
Unclear. So you kind of get the story both from Emma Stone and from Jesse Plemons. Both who I will say are unreliable narrators, but you at least get enough information you can piece stuff together.
Okay.
You learn that his mom, and again, this is where, like, I'm not sure because I don't think he's a very reliable narrator. His mom looks like she, like, the whole scene in the tub, the scene in the tub was very weird. She had all these needles drawing blood out, and she was also kind of like a conspiracy nut, being like, Mama's doing this for you, so the aliens ain't gonna get me or some fucking shit. It also didn't help that it was in gray, and like she starts levitating out of the tub, and then it cuts to completely gray, and I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And then the Xbox logo comes, and I'm like, oh, this is an ad. Okay, cool. It was like the most mistimed ad ever from Prime, but I was just like, what the fuck? I was like, literally, it was like, yep, we're into an Xbox. Like, this is how the movie's going. Yep, it's an Xbox ad. Nope, not part of the movie. And I was like, okay, that was random. But you kind of learn, again, through Emma Stone that, like, at least, again, how she's saying it is that his mom was an addict and, like, she was going through a certain drug trial, which caused her to go into a coma from a bad, I can't remember if she said it was, like, a bad reaction or something. And so supposedly they have met before he abducts her. So then you're like, oh, is this actually a personal thing? That he hates her because he blames her for his mom, like, and the aliens is like a sub thing. But again, both are kind of like unreliable narrators in what they're saying. But yeah, and at one point, like, I did feel bad for, like, Jesse Plemons' character and his cousin, because at one point I'm like, yeah, they're just clearly like two isolated dudes from the world, and you're like, yeah, I think they're crazy. But you don't know. But I was going through it, I was like, yeah, I think they're just crazy. Like, I just think they're crazy.
Yeah.
But then the movie takes the hardest right turn.
Oh, God.
And everyone starts dying. I was like, what is happening? There's also a very weird subplot with, there's a cop in town who's friends with Jesse Plemons' character. Or I think he was a babysitter, because he talks about how he looked after him as a kid. And keeps bringing up the incident that happened. And I was like, is this even important? Like, what's going on? I also didn't like, I was getting, like, a lot of weird vibes of, like, maybe, like, I don't know how to make it safe for YouTube. But, like, implying maybe something happened.
Some inappropriate behavior?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, is this important? I was like, this is kind of weird. And again, maybe that's not what he was implying, but it was just, to me, it was so vague. I was like, what is happening?
Yeah.
But he comes over to visit Jesse Plemons, and so he's like, here, come check out my bees. And Emma Stone is pleading with the cousin to be like, please let me go. Oh, sorry, I forgot the fact that I guess to get up to this Andromeda ship, the best time to do is during the lunar eclipse. So you get kind of a countdown for like 3 days.
Okay.
And I think this was the last day? Or like day 1 or like the final day or something. And so she's pleading with the cousin to kind of be like, hey, just like let me go. And because at some points you're like, is Emma Stone just playing in? Because she starts playing into the fact. She's like, oh yeah, I'm an alien. Ugh. But you're like, is she just doing that to get out of this situation? Because it's like, I wouldn't blame her.
Yeah, right?
Like, that makes sense. And the poor cousin's just like, he clearly doesn't really know what to do. He wants to be, loyal to his cousin. As he said, he's like, he's my best friend. And I was just like, tear. But then he looks at Emma Stone and he's like, okay. He's like, can you get me to the ship? And she's like, yeah, of course. Da 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 da. And he's like, can you tell Jesse's character that, that I love him? He's my best friend. And then he just shoots his head off. I don't know why, but he does. So you get that lovely graphic. And that's when shit just fucking just keeps fucking going.
Oh my God.
Sorry, so you're not going to watch this film at all?
No.
Okay, so I'm gonna spoil the entire movie.
Yes,
That's
please
okay.
do.
So that happens. So obviously the cop is outside. He hears this. So then Jesse Plumes attacks the cop, kills the cop. And I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. And then once again, you're not sure like if Emma Stone again is just playing into this, but she tells Jesse Plume's character that like your mom is just asleep, but if she takes this drug, like she'll wake up, like and she'll be fine. She was part of Andromeda testing, da da da. She goes, in the back of my car, there's a bottle called antifreeze, but it's not antifreeze. And you're like, what the fuck is going on? So Jesse Plume runs to her car, gets the antifreeze, starts biking his ass to the hospital. Emma Stone at this point is also like, she's not doing so hot. They shaved off her hair. They've covered her in some fucking cream. Jesse Bloom, he like breaks her ankle.
Ugh. Did they say why they shaved her head and covered her in cream?
The shaving of the hair was because they used the hair to communicate.
Oh, okay.
And the cream was supposed to reduce their powers. Oh. But again, when they're doing this in the beginning, you're like, you're just crazy. You're just crazy.
Okay.
And so she's trying to make her escape at last. And I was like, cool, the movie could end. But then she sees like a little light behind the stairs. Opens it up to some fucking like morgue room where there's dead body parts floating in jars. There's computers, again, talking all about the Andromeda, aliens, and like there's files. And they do mention quite a bit. They talk about the fact that Jesse Plume's dad left. They're like, what a loser, he left. And he's like, oh, it doesn't matter. He left when I was young. It doesn't matter. So I was like, is this his dead body in here? So my first thought was like, did he kill him? But I was like, no, he would have been a kid. I was like, did the mom kill him? Because, like I said, she was clearly also a conspiracy nut. But unclear. Jesse Plume gets to the hospital, gives the antifreeze to his mom, and obviously kills her.
Yeah.
And this is the point where I'm just like, what is happening? And again, he comes back. He's obviously very mad at Emma Stone, who did not leave, by the way. I was like, you should have just fucking left. But she didn't. And so they have a confrontation. And again, she does this big monologue about how the Earth was created and how the leader of the Andromedon, like, they were doing this to, he loved the humans, but, like, they just, with the free will, they just kept killing each other and da-da-da and all this fucking shit. And again, you're just like, is she just playing this up so she can get the fuck out?
Yeah.
Because you don't know. And because she even says, she's like, I assumed you were going to get arrested at the hospital, but apparently somehow you made it past everybody and killed your own mom. So then finally she goes, I'll take you to my ship, but I have to go. It's back at her workplace. So they're driving, and again, she is wearing a wig. She can barely walk, and she's talking to all her employees like, hey, and Jesse Plume's character is just nonchalantly walking behind him. They also brought the dead body of the cousin in the back of the car, and I was like, oh. But yeah, it just keeps going. Of course, everyone's like, what the fuck is going on? As they're hobbling to her office. And then she pulls out a calculator and again is talking about how like, oh, I need to enter in the 12-digit code. And he's like, it's a calculator? And she's like, well, yeah. Had to be inconspicuous, kind of. And he was like, oh, okay. And so when she gets all the numbers in, you can tell like she's clearly trying to formulate a plan. And then he reveals that he's strapped bombs to himself. He's like, to just in case negotiations don't go well, I guess, with the alien race. And of course, Emma Stone goes, oh, that's really smart. And then she goes, okay, so the teleporter to get to the ship is in my closet. So he stands in the closet, backing away. He's like, I'll give you a countdown. She's like, 3, 2, 1. Hits the calculator, and boom, it explodes. Jesse Plume's head is flying in the air, knocks her unconscious. I was like, okay. And then we're in the ambulance, and she's like, is he dead? And the ambulance people are like, yep, he's dead. They're like, what probably happened was because it's a homemade bomb. Like, they find with, I guess, like sweat and heat might set it off. Because again, it's a homemade bomb. And she goes, yeah, okay. And I'm just thinking, the movie is over. What sweet relief. No. She gets up, jumps out of the ambulance truck, and you're like, what the fuck is she doing that for? And she's hobbling back to the office, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And then she goes into the closet, and sure enough, she teleports up to her spaceship. When I tell you,
the whole time you were talking about this too, I'm like, she's gonna be an alien by the end of it, isn't she?
Like I said, I started with like feeling really bad, like there was like a sadness to this whole situation, to we hit that curve like after the cousin shoots himself, and I was like, oh my god. And I was just like, I was just so stressed, and I was like, please, can this be over? To so much anger, Kendra. So much fucking anger. When she jumped out of that hot, like, I knew the second she jumped out, I was like, are you fucking for real? Are you fucking for real? And so she just teleported back to her spaceship, and they do say, like, oh, like, we felt your sadness. Unfortunately, we couldn't communicate with you because they cut your hair off. And I was like, oh my god, are you really telling me this fucker was right?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And again, I guess it turns out that she's the Andromeda leader. I don't know. And then basically they decide, well, humans suck. We're just going to kill everybody. And so they do. And I know I shouldn't question the logic. I just didn't quite understand what happened. It seemed like Earth was in a bubble. And I thought it was just a diagram, but she like boops the bubble. Okay. And then it's a very long, unnecessarily long montage of people dead in the street. It looks like they just dropped dead. So, like, I interpreted that as, like, maybe she destroyed, like, the ozone layer or something.
Okay.
Because I remember vaguely in school that, like, if that's gone, like, we're dead.
Right.
We're toast.
Yeah.
So I just assumed it was, like, instantaneous death. But then some of the absurdly long shots of this, there were, like, animals who were alive. I was like, okay, well, they need oxygen.
Yeah.
And I assume the oxygen got sucked up. Again, I don't know why at this stage I was questioning this. I was just like, it's over. Awesome. And
you're like, Mythbusters.
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah. Yeah. The rage I felt. You know?
See, the rage you're feeling about this film is the rage I felt about Poor Things. Like,
which I never watched because you were like, don't do it, Caleigh. And I was like, you're right.
Not need to expose your poor brain, heart, soul, and eyes to such a thing. Like, I get it. It's an art film. This guy's clearly into weird art films and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
To each their own. But I don't get it. I don't.
No. I was like, was I supposed to learn something?
Yeah, exactly.
Because I did.
Right?
I learned anger is a powerful emotion.
Exactly.
God, I need another positive. You know what? I will say, like, because I think Emma Stone is nominated for Best Supporting Actress.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's deserved.
Okay.
Like I said, I think she did a fantastic job of playing this fine line of, like, is she just, like, a greedy CEO person trying to get out of that situation, you know, going back and forth kind of thing. So I do think she did it. I mean, also, maybe she just deserves the nod for the shit she had to go through that movie.
Yeah.
To be fair, I don't know if they actually shaved her head in real life. That would be interesting.
I believe that she did because her hair's quite short now.
Because I was going to say, when they were doing the scene when they have abducted her and the cousin's like he's shaving her head. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's something, like, I know we've come a long way for like makeup and stuff, but I was like, that's pretty hard to replicate. And you could see him like going in down to the scalp. So I was kind of like,
yeah, I believe she did it, and I wouldn't put it past her to be okay with doing that, honestly. So
I mean, again, I think it's deserved. I think she did a good job. I just dislike the film.
Yeah.
In so many ways.
Yeah.
I just again, there was another scene that I just like, I don't know. It just upset me, and I'm just like, why is it here?
Yeah.
Again, like I said, in the beginning, like, you kind of meet the two characters and they're kind of like planning and getting ready to abduct Emma Stone. And so they're around the campfire and Jesse Plume's character starts talking about how they have to chemically castrate themselves so they're not taken in by like the sexual beast that is, Emma Stone's alien,
Okay.
And the poor cousin is just like, well, like, I thought, I was gonna, meet someone and like have babies together. And I was just like, mm. And he's like, listen, cuz, like, this is what we gotta do. And I was like, ugh. I mean, I know it's just like they gave each other needles, but I was just like, why? Again, maybe just to show like how dedicated to this cause they were.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, I just thought it more heartbreaking. And again, maybe it's like maybe a little too close for home for me kind of thing. So like watching his cousin character go through all this stuff, I'm just like, oh, he doesn't deserve this. And it's like, and he's so sweet. And he's just like, he told Jesse's character, he's like, I'm really sorry, like everything that happened to you. He's like, but I'm here for you and I love you. And I'm just like, but I was just like, why do we need this scene?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Why? I don't know. And again, I like the way you said it, like maybe like, this is his way of like expressing his art, and that's fine. I just have so many questions. I'm just
right?
Like, why?
I think that's the biggest thing for me is like just what was the intention of telling the story? And what am I supposed to get out of it? What am I supposed to walk away from this movie learning? Is this a type of movie that you show in film school for like, cinematography, for certain artistic choices? Is this a movie that has some kind of like over-encompassing theme that like we can all kind of maybe just dissect and figure out, like that's what I want to know is like, why was this movie made other than to be a shock value type thing? Because that's what I get out of it, especially being that it's the same guy who did Poor Things, is that it was just very much such a high extreme visual thing to witness that like it was just shock to me the whole time. Like I couldn't, and like I listened to some people on podcast afterwards that were like, oh, it's just about like, she's expressing her ability to be a woman and feminism and sexuality and I'm like, by becoming a prostitute, like I won't go into all the politics of it all, but I don't know, it's just like certain things weren't connecting for me, and I was like, I don't know if this is really I don't know if I'm receiving that message from this. It's just a little too disturbing for me.
Yeah, because wasn't the whole thing was like, I remember them describing her like, oh, like she's very childlike, like she's like it was like a way of like, I guess, experiencing the world, I guess. But when you were telling me, oh yeah, her and Mark Ruffalo have like a lot of sex, I'm like, I don't like that they're saying she's like a child, and we're
yeah, right, yeah. It just it's not just that they have a lot of sex, it's that she's having a lot of sex with different people, she's like masturbating constantly, like, and it's all like right, like you're seeing all of it, like there's no tasteful, hey, you can you can get what's going on. It's like, no, you're seeing it right here. Like it was, I'm like, okay. Yeah.
I don't need that. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
But yeah, I think in terms of ranking, it's now at the bottom for me. I think, you know what? I think it made One Battle After Another such a better film.
I can understand why.
I know I gave that movie a hard time last week, but you know what? I've actually changed my mind. It's a lot better.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I get it.
It's incredible, actually. Yeah. Again, sound off, people. If you really like Begonia, again, I'm happy for you. But, like, also why? Please explain why.
Yeah.
Please explain why.
Genuinely, I would love to know what the takeaway is for people. What's the attraction? Yeah. What? Why? What? Why? How?
Yeah, what? Hi, wow, hey, how, hey, how, who?
Hey, how are ya?
I mean, and yeah, I think that just hurt my brain so much. I couldn't, because I was going to watch Frankenstein, but then I was like, oh, maybe my mom might want to watch that one. So I feel like so I guess I've watched 3 now, but I feel like I've taken the bullet. I don't think she would have enjoyed, I think probably out of all 3 of them, she probably would have liked One Battle After Another, probably better than Sinners. But again, like I said, she's not a big horror person.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to say I took the bullet for her and I watched those films by myself.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping the next row is going to be so much better.
Yes. Well, I can at least tell you that Frankenstein is definitely a lot better.
Excellent. I need a win. I know. Need a win so badly.
Like, I mean, heads up, there is a little bit of gore, but I mean, that's typical. Like, it's Guillermo del Toro. Like, it's tasteful-ish, I guess, if that's a word you can use for it. But if there is such a thing as tasteful gore, but yeah,
it's like, mwah. Just a little dusting,
right?
A little bit of blood here, a little bit of brains here, you know.
Right? I can handle that. I can handle that.
What I can't handle. You know, I was trying to think. I was like, is this my least favorite film ever? You know? And I remember a few years ago when we watched Licorice Pizza. I also thought that was a terrible movie. But you know what? I'll watch it 5 more times. Where I have to watch Begonia.
Yeah, yeah.
And also, I did not like Licorice Pizza. I don't even know if we did an episode on that back in the day. But, like, I hated it.
Yeah, I feel like you mentioned it in one of our episodes.
I probably was like, this is dumb.
Yeah, and that's a Paul Thomas Anderson movie.
Fucking course. Fucking course.
Right?
You know
I think
what?
it's just safe to say.
You know what? Paul Anderson, you're my favorite director now. You know what? You're the best. You're right. Everyone says you're the best. You're the best. You're the best. God, that movie was also just like, what the heck? I will not let the Oscars break me. I will not let the Oscars break me. I will not let the Oscars break me.
Don't let them break you.
Don't let them break me. Oh, it's okay. Deep breath.
It's over now.
We're gonna get through this hurdle.
You never have to revisit it again. And now we know, no disrespect to the director, but we will probably never watch any of his films again. It's just not our cup of tea.
I will hope that someone does a YouTube review that I can watch.
Yay! There you go.
But I feel like that's got to be I say this saying it's the worst. The worst is probably done. I don't know. I have a sneaking sentimental values. I'm a little suspicious of it.
Okay. Yeah.
A little suspicious.
Yeah.
It could be I don't know. It's just a vibe check where I'm just like, don't know where I stand with you. I'm like,
yeah, right?
I don't like that.
It could be incredibly boring.
Incredibly boring, could be incredibly emotional.
Yeah, true.
I don't know. I don't know.
Who knows?
But I say this, and I mean, who knows? Maybe there's no bad one ready, but like, I feel like we've gotten over the hump, you know?
Yes.
I can't imagine there's a movie worse than Begonia, but I feel like I also said that about One Battle After Another, so...
But if there's something worse than Begonia, then I'm scared.
You know what? Truthfully, yes, I am also very scared. Very scared.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Oh. But yeah, I think they'll do that, Cinema Peeps. I've tapped out. I'm tapping out.
Right. I'm like, in my brain, I'm going, hey, you know what? On the bright side, Scream 7's coming out this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
There's also that, I don't know when it's coming out, but there's also that one I sent you on Facebook, that Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die looks interesting.
I want to say March, but like, I don't know.
Yeah. Something.
Brain rotted. But yeah, thanks for watching with us, Cinema Peeps. Please leave a comment down below. Again, update us on your Oscar, how many films you've watched, and also Begonia. Why?
Yeah.
Please this isn't from a place of like sarcasm or, you know, like this is a genuine place. Like, why do you like that movie? If you like that movie,
yes, share your insight, please.
Please do. Please leave this video a like-see, because, like I said, I don't think the Oscars are ever gonna reimburse me, so I need those likes.
Yes.
And consider subscribing to Pretty Cool Gals, in my opinion. But I think we might have one more before the Oscars, but the Oscars are gonna be here before we know it. So
yeah, they're right around the corner.
Right? We'll have to see. We'll have to see how planning works, people. We'll have to see how the planning process works.
Yes.
But anyways, guys, we'll watch all the content, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Monkey.
Monkey. And